Hello everybody, my name is Luis Torres and welcome to Youth on Safety, Health and Wellness. In today's Academy segment, we will be seeing Sparky the Fire Dog and his fire safety and prevention tailor at the Juneteenth Festival. In CHP, we'll be going through the topic of teen driving. We will also be giving you a bit of a run through of our EMS Olympics, and we will be joined by William Spalding for an interview, as well as an interview with the owner of Consumer Music. Hope you enjoy!
We are here today at the Juneteenth event with Sparky the Fire Dog and his fire prevention and safety trailer to give the kids a bit of a run through on what to do and what not to do if a fire ever takes place in your homes. We're also going to be recognizing Juneteenth and the meaning behind this celebration with interviews of Angela Jones, Tanya Hall, and Loretta Gares, where they introduce themselves and tell us what Juneteenth means to them and why it is important.
Here we have a group going through the kitchen. In the kitchen we teach every type of kitchen safety, from pan to the microwave to the oven, and we teach them what to do and what not to do in the kitchen. Here is the control room where any of the cadets learn how to operate the smoke system, the fireplace, the telephone, and to look at cameras when to execute those orders. Here's the largest portion of the trailer where we go through Edith, which is extra drills in the home. We hope every family understands that concept. We go through fireplace safety, match safety, anything that would be in a living room. And then we go on how to call 911, what to do when you call 911, and make sure you're checking your smoke detectors, stuff like that. Here's how we teach people how to exit their home properly and safely. Most of the time it could be through a door, but a lot of times it could be through a window. So we train people on different circumstances. Lastly, we have our stop, drop, and roll, where we teach mainly kids how to stop, drop, and roll properly. Make sure they go back and forth, make sure they go to the ground, and that they're covering their face. Can you introduce yourself and what you've been up to lately?
My name is Miss Hall. It's Tanya Hall. And lately, as of right now, I'm right here celebrating the Vallejo Juneteenth. This happens to be, I believe, our second one, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Hi, my name's Angela Jones, and I'm one of the members of the African American Family Reunion Committee, and we've been putting on the event. This is our 32nd year for doing Vallejo's Juneteenth celebration.
Hi, my name is Loretta Gares. I am the founder of Love Is Skin You're In. We're a nonprofit organization where we help youth develop their self-worth, self-pride, and self-esteem. And we have programs, and one of our programs, we focus on a 3-block radius where we take our kids out of their 3-block radius and introduce them to sites that they haven't seen.
What does Juneteenth mean to you?
Juneteenth means to me community and celebration. As we all know, the concept of Juneteenth is that, our ancestors were not informed that slavery had ended. And the date, June 19th, actually exhibits that. It stands for the date that they found out, even though everything happened months prior.
Well, I think mostly it means that people have to know our history in order to learn from it, and that we need to know what we need to teach our youngsters and other folks who don't know what it means. It's a culturally diverse celebration, actually. And so it's not just African Americans who need to know the importance of Juneteenth and what happened in the United States in 1863 and in 1865. So it's important to me to try to continue and perpetuate the news, that it should not be forgotten, and that we should continue to fight for justice and freedom in other ways for African Americans and for other people of color.
Juneteenth means freedom for all black people. You know, at least we're known for our freedom, and freedom was given to us on 1865, so that's the real date.
When does this program span from?
You say when?
Yeah.
We've been established since 2010,
Okay.
and for the last couple of, I will say maybe 8 years, we've gone on excursions with the kids, but since COVID, we haven't been able to do a lot of things, travel because of COVID, but now that COVID has subsided, we're able to vamp up our programs, and we're now able to get our mailing list back and get our group of kids back so we can do our educational trips, our DC trips, our Southern California trips, our Journey of Dreams trips, and just take our kids on excursions that they're not familiar with.
Amazing. How would one to contact you?
They can definitely email us in info@lovetheskinyourin.com, and they can also, we have a website also, lovetheskinyourin.com.
Thank you for watching our tour on the Fire Prevention and Safety Trailer. We hope you learned some valuable information on what to do if a fire ever takes place in your home. We'd also like to give a huge thank you to our interviewees for giving us their time and sharing their meaning of Juneteenth. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Hello everybody and welcome to the annual EMS Olympics.
For those of you who are new to this competition, the EMS Olympics is for cadets to put their newfound skills to the test.
The 4 squads compete in competitions to get points and try to be crowned winner at the end of the year recognition ceremony. Now let's get to the competition. We are here with Lieutenant Ivan Valdez, who just finished his round of CPR. So Ivan, give us some tips on how to do some good CPR.
So before anything, you want to make sure you're scene safe. You want to call 911 and get an AED. And in today's day and age with COVID, you want to stay away from their mouth. So focus on your compressions. Make sure you're minimizing interruptions and getting full recoil so you get the heart pumping again.
All right, well thank you. That was some very useful information. We'll see you in a bit with some more of the competition.
Here we have Squad 3, in my opinion, the best squad.
No, but anyways, here we have Natalia doing some good CPR and keeping the right compression rate, 30 compressions to 2 rescue breaths. As we just saw, she switched out.
You usually switch out every 2 minutes or 5 cycles to make sure that each person is not exhausted and they are good, consistent compressions.
As we are seeing right now, some good, consistent compression. Now here we are with Squad 2, the actual best squad.
I don't think so. Compressions are not the only thing that are important, but also helping them breathe.
The way we're doing this here is using a VVM, or a bag valve mask.
We use the method of a head tilt chin lift, which is tilting the head up using the chin so that the breaths are directly going into their lungs.
Oh, who's that handsome fella?
Here's Squad 4, and they're currently operating an AED.
When operating an AED, make sure to follow the instructions that it gives to you.
When a shock is advised, make sure to steer clear of the patient, and if it's not advised, keep doing CPR.
So we're here with one of the cadets, Santiago. So Santi, tell me, how do you feel about the competition so far?
I feel like it's a good opportunity for us teenagers. I know maybe not a lot of us know CPR, and I feel like this is a good opportunity to learn it and some good competitive spirit.
All right, well, back to the competition. Here we have Squad 1 doing some CPR on a baby.
There are actually a few differences when doing CPR on a baby compared to an adult.
As you can see here, you do the compressions with just your thumbs instead of using 2 hands.
Another difference is that the compression rate is 15 to 2 when you have 2 rescuers.
But if you only have 1 rescuer, it's still 30 to 2.
Babies also breathe at a faster rate than adults.
So when you give rescue breaths with the VVM, you want to squeeze it faster to administer the breaths faster. And now we're here with another competitor, Kaylee. So Kaylee, tell me, how are you feeling about the competition so far?
Never really imagined that we can learn CPR on a baby, but I'm really excited into, learning new things, and I really think that my squad, Squad 3, is gonna win.
Sure, keep dreaming, kid. Anyways, let's get back to the competition. Now here we are in the splinting and bleeding control portion of our competition. Here we have one of our squads doing some splinting.
Splinting is used when there is a break or fracture in an extremity, and the point of it is to stabilize the limb.
When splinting, it is important to immobilize the joint above and below the injury.
Check their circulation before and after applying the splint so you can make sure blood is flowing to the extremity.
You also want to make sure that the person is in a comfortable position as to not cause them any unnecessary pain.
Also, if you splint their arm, you can use a triangle bandage or something similar to create a sort of sling and assist them in holding up their arm.
But that is not necessary when splinting a leg, of course. And here we have Squad 4 doing some bleeding control with a tourniquet.
A tourniquet is a device used to cut off blood flow when there is a cut on one of your extremities.
Tourniquets are used when the bleeding cannot be stopped with bandages and simple pressure.
When using a tourniquet, you want to make sure you go above the injury and remember to go high and tight.
You then want to tighten it down as hard as you can with the Velcro and then use the windlass.
This might cause some pain to the person, but don't let that scare you. It means it's working.
Although it is causing pain, it is helping a lot.
Also remember to mark the time that the tourniquet is applied. This is very important.
Well, that was exciting, but that's enough competing for today.
Stay tuned for more updates, and later we will see the thrilling conclusions to this competition.
We'll see you soon, and good luck to the competitors.
My name is Christopher, and I'm Lieutenant at Brahman McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. In today's safety segment, we're going to be talking about teen driving. Teen driving is a very serious situation, and we're so happy to have Officer Custodio come in and share some valuable information. So sit back, relax, and listen. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
And even parents as adults, that between the ages of 15 to 19 years old, the thing that kills teens is crashes. And the number one thing is distracted driving. That's what a lot of people don't know. It's not gangs, it's not firearms, it's actually them crashing and dying. Why? Because they're new drivers. They're given this tool, right? This vehicle to be able to use. And that's why we at CHP, we actually go out to different schools, especially high schools, and we will give presentations. We have two different presentations that we do. So we have one that's called Start Smart. So this one is for the student, for the new driver, and the parent. And then we have the Impact Team Driver, where we come out and we actually bring out people who either have lost a family member or actually sometimes who have been the person who actually ended up taking somebody else's life, to come and give that true impact to the teens, so letting them know that it's a big responsibility for them, that what they're about to be given, this tool that could either be used for good, to get them to school, get them to work, and right, they've been working so hard since they're little kids, going to high school, graduate, go to college, where it could either probably end up taking their life or taking somebody else that's an innocent life. And that's why a lot of people, teens, don't know that when they barely get their driver's license before they're 18, and there's actually 3 restrictions before them. So they go to a course first, right? They go and they get their permit, then they have to pay to get classes, and then they have to drive 50 hours. 10 of them have to be at night. And a lot of parents don't know that because they're the ones that sign them off. Once they get that restricted driver's license, they can't have anybody else in the car that's under technically 21 years old, and they need to have somebody else that's over 25 years old if they are going to have somebody else in the car with their driver's license. Otherwise, a lot of parents think, oh, you could drive your sister, your brother to school now. It doesn't work that way. Or after school if they play sports, right? And then they also can't drive in between the hours of 11 and 5 a.m. And a lot of people say, why? Well, they're new drivers. What's happening at night? A lot of people that we arrest, sadly to say, at night are drinking and driving, right? During those hours is when people are getting out of either parties, bars, clubs, or closing, and they're new drivers. We don't want them to be out there with those people out there on the roadways. And something else a lot of people don't know is that if you're under 18, you're not even supposed to be on your phone, even if you have a Bluetooth. Yeah, exactly. You know, you would think, but we have a Bluetooth because of distractions. Sadly to say, we have one of the stories where somebody comes and says it. It's a parent, and they have the last live screen that they had. They called their child who was about to get home FaceTimed him, and then all of a sudden the call cuts out. What happens? Distracted driving from the home parent. Answered it, about to get home, then it just cuts out. Right down the way, child crashed, right? Died. So that's how we bring this awareness to the kids. We still call them children because they're somebody's, and to the parents.
You guys heard him. Drive safe and responsible. What he was talking about is Start Smart. Start Smart is a 2-hour session program hosted by CHP and it's all over California. They cover a bunch of information. You should check it out. Me personally, being a teen driver, I know it's hard not to drive with friends or family or even drive at night. But remember, better be safe than sorry. See you guys next time.
The Vallejo City Unified School District does their best to help educate our youth, but it's not just the district's job, but also the community's job to help. In this segment, we'll speak with Superintendent Spalding and find out what his plan for our schools are and how we can help. We hope you enjoy.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm William Spalding, and I'm the superintendent and proud superintendent of Vallejo City Unified School District.
Can you tell us a little about your background?
Yeah, so I've been in public education or around public education for 35 years. I started teaching in the fall of 1987, so that goes back a ways. Was a teacher. I've been a vice principal, a principal, director, assistant superintendent, superintendent. I've done some consulting work over the years. Actually had the opportunity to work here in Vallejo a little over 20 years ago. Actually, I was on the team that opened Jesse Bethel High School. It was a brand new school. First came to the school, it was a construction zone. There was all these trucks and guys trying to put the school together. We were there about 6 months before they opened. So my first office in Vallejo was in a construction trailer, and was able to be a part of opening up Bethel and able to see the first 4 graduating classes. And then went on to do other things, mostly in the Sacramento area. You're working at district level and doing district level leadership. And then had the opportunity a little under 2 years ago, when the position here opened again, to put in for the superintendent position. I always felt like I had a special place in my heart for this community. I love the years that I was here working with the Bethel team and working in the district previously, and really felt called to come back, and it felt like I had some unfinished business. And so here I am, many years later. It was a little lighter, and my hair was a little darker when I left here a few years ago, but here I am back as superintendent.
What's your vision for the Vallejo City Unified School District?
The board and I are actually working on some vision statements right now. We are building a new strategic plan, the first strategic plan I think we've had in probably 20 years. We've worked with a group of stakeholders, various people from various areas within the community who joined us earlier this year to work on a strategic plan. So we have people who are community leaders and people who are city leaders and people who are work in the school district, students, parents, teachers, others, and started working on a strategic plan that would guide us forward. There are 4 major pillars, in that strategic plan. One is that we have safe and supported learning environments. One, that we have vibrant teaching and learning. One, that we have community responsive and community centered education. And one that's really important to all of us and really important to this board is we have equitable opportunities and equitable outcomes. We wanted to put that out first, that our number one mission here in this district in Vallejo is to recognize, embrace, and include all the diversity in this community, harness all the creativity that's in this community, and deliver on equitable outcomes so every student is getting what they need and is able to connect to the pathway of their choice and have a fulfilling, a really outstanding, thriving, fulfilling life ahead of them, and that we deliver on that.
What can the community do to help?
I would say join us. We need you with us. We need you behind us. I think we've had some challenges over the years in the community. We've had some challenges over the years in the district, and we want to be a better district for our community and a better district for our kids. And we want the full faith and confidence of our community. We want your involvement. That's one of the things that's in the pillars that I talked about, a community responsive and community centered educational institution. And so we're looking to reach out to do a better job of communicating, a better job of partnering, partnering with various, entities, agencies, nonprofits, the city, all the institutions, in and around Vallejo. But we really want our families, our parents, our community members, to get behind us and work with us and help us raise these kids together. There's so much that we can do here, and there's so much potential that our kids have. And I have great pride. Every graduation, I tell people graduation's like Christmas Day to me. And when I see what our kids are, what a fine job they've done, who they are as young people, what they're going out in the world to do, what leaders they are, what great pathways they have ahead of them, I'm always really proud of them and us and parents and the community. But we need to come together and really, just come together for our kids so that they have good pathways and have a safe and productive and fulfilling way forward, when both in this community and as they go out into the world.
What are different ways the community can contact you?
To get involved, reach out to your school, reach out to your neighborhood school, reach out to your principal, reach out to your teachers. If any way that you want to get involved, there are lots of things for people to do and for us to communicate and be together on our campuses, with our teachers, with your principals, with your community. You can always reach out to the school district. And the last thing that I would say is go check us out on our website. We just revamped it. It's vcusd.org, O-R-G, vcusd.org. Lots of information there, lots of information you can get, and ways that you can connect to people and keep up in the news with what's going on with us. But I really highly encourage you to stay tuned and to tune in with us, contact us, and keep informed.
Thank you, Superintendent Spalding, for sharing your plan for our future. We can't wait to see what you do. And we can't wait to see you next episode with more education information.
This is Olga Vasquez with the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. I'm here to share some basic guidelines for competing in Vallejo's Got Talent. Overall, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is record and submit a talent that you are passionate about and you think will inspire positivity in the community of Vallejo. This could be a recital, a dance routine, or even a magic trick. Creativity is appreciated. Make sure to include an intro explaining your talent and why it will inspire positivity. Winners will be awarded a $1,000 prize. For more details, please visit firefighteryouthacademy.org. Good luck.
Hey guys, it's Ivan.
And I'm Taylor.
Vallejo has been fostering talent for many years, and one of the cornerstones of that talent is consumer music.
Consumer Music is a music store, but they don't just sell instruments, they do much more.
In this segment, you'll see some of the student performances from the Songbird Lounge.
Also, we will talk to Brad Sears, the owner of Consumer Music. We hope you enjoy this segment.
My name's Brad Sears, and I'm owner, chief executive, multitasker of Consumer Music.
Can you tell us about your Songbird Lounge?
The Songbird Lounge here is an event we do twice a month. The third Friday of the month is, it's a very organic community platform we give to our patrons. It's a non-competitive environment. We provide a wonderful stage, lighting, instruments, and it's a non-competitive, again, platform so people can just feel comfortable to share their music with others. It's a real inspiring event.
What caused you to start consumer music in Vallejo?
Once again, I was inspired by my brother, my eldest brother. He hammered me, you must have a 5-year plan. Within that 5-year plan, I incorporated, well, I'm gonna shoot for it, open up another store. There was 2 spots in the Bay Area I wanted to go. And my original hometown was Concord. And I was there for 6 years. And I actually expanded here on faith and a shoestring that pretty much blew up in my face because my mothership, you guys will dig this, my mothership in Concord burned down across the street from the fire department. And so my newest store, that was barely here for a year, was Skin and Bones. During that time, I got more ingrained with the community here and found how organic. We really, still to this day, have a bedroom community. People, you know, despite what we hear in the news, people care about each other. And there's an incredible amount of diversity that is golden, that is like the true treasure of Vallejo here. And with that, I just embraced it, and this has been a blessing to me.
Can you tell us how music can be a good way to heal our community after COVID-19?
Well, it was proven what we witnessed during COVID-19 that people came in large bunches to buy instruments. Music heals. You know, it's not cliche. Music heals. It brings you a subtleness to your nerves. It creates creativity. It opens up your ears, your senses. You know, can you imagine dance without music? Yeah, it's sort of ludicrous. Music's an incredible, valuable tool, and people are embracing it, and it's a wonderful thing. It's nice to see, hopefully, more people embrace it. It's just wonderful.
How can others get involved in music in Vallejo?
Well, right here, our store at 1017 Tennessee Street, we have a fine staff of teachers who can help them accomplish their goals, whether there's a lot of people that are talented or they play at church, for example, and they got up there, but oops, I'm sort of at a dead end. You know, I need help. I'm self-taught, but I need to know where I'm going and where I can go. And we provide that platform to learn, and people come in and get a questionnaire so we can help guide them to the right channel for the right teacher to accomplish their goals. We have the student songbird, which is just geared for our students so they don't feel like it's too much pressure, have to compete or anything. I want no competition. It's a real organic time that the bottom line, each time it's about people inspiring others. So that's the entire thing, what's consumer music about, to help people inspire each other and how they can discover what their music could do, not just for themselves, but for others. Don't hesitate to get involved and come on down and participate. We're here to support you. It's a great time out.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Crystal. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
All those performances were amazing, and it was super fun to experience that showcase.
Go check out consumer music and polish your talent.
Speaking of talent, if you have any, submit it to our website for a chance to win $1,000.
Can't wait to see you next time.
Thank you for watching the newest episode of our show. We hope you enjoyed. If you would like to see more, check us out on YouTube at Firefighter Youth Academy by SFARY. See you next time.